White shirts on the pitch, running fast through the night. Every heart beating loud under floodlit sky bright. So to London stand strong, in the stands they belong. Voices echo like thunder, to the club they sing along. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. King's fire in his eyes, glory's what he seeks. With every goal he flies, rising to new peaks. From the lake to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. The pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. With all our might. With all our might.
Hi guys, and welcome to Thfc Till I Die Home on the past, present, and the exciting future on the Ange Postecoglou. And yes, this is the show. This is the last show of the year of 2024, and I have nothing prepared for it. I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to see what chat comes in. We're just going to have a general chat for the next half hour, 40 minutes, and then we're going to leave it to there. I think we've done all the talking on Ange, on Tottenham, and the predicament we're in. But I just want to do a show, say thank you guys for all the support you shown me this year, or the loyalty you shown myself, Colin, Tequila as well, Philip, and Carl as well, and all the likes and subscribes and getting us over 2K, and that. And I'm just really grateful. I'm just really grateful and really thankful for you guys and what you've done this year for me and this channel. We've come a long way. We're not stopping now. We're going on more. We're going for 3K. Of course we are. And we're never going to stop until we get to 100,000. That's the plan. I might be dead by then, but that is the plan. But what are we going to talk about today? Well, tomorrow is the start of the transfer window. And it is the opening of the window. And there really isn't a lot of news about, apart from what I was given the other day. And I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk a little bit also about Daniel Levy as well, and his thoughts and what he has to do this window to prepare Ange for the window coming up and for the season coming up. And also go over some of the things we didn't get a chance to talk of yesterday as well. And I think one of the things I do want to talk about, take that off, I do want to talk about is this. This is now going to be, referees will be, VAR is now changing next season, or this season for the League Cup. And then a bit like American football, a little bit like rugby as well, where the referees will explain the VAR decisions over the tannoy to the crowd, with a trial measure to be implemented in the League Cup semi-final next week. I want to know what you guys think on this, because I don't think it's a good idea. I think it could cause havoc. I think it could cause trouble. If you're in the last minute of a game and it's 1-1 and you get a penalty decision and it goes to VAR, or like Man City's offside in the Champions League run when we got to the semi-final. And would it have helped you understanding why VAR come up with this decision? And I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's gonna work in football because again, it just delays the action. It delays the game. And again, this is another thing about the injuries. Is it there's more injuries now with VAR being in than there was before VAR? So does VAR have a say in it? Does VAR stop, start, stop, start, stop, start? So I want your views on that, guys, and what you think. I do have a few talking points as well, which I've got stacked away, which I want to throw your way as well, guys, and see what you think. Because this show's for you. This show is about you guys and about what you want for the new season. Very rudely of me, I forgot to welcome a few people in. Big up to Leo Starman Recordings, big up who's a member, who's in the draw for tomorrow. Remember, the draw is tomorrow. I think tomorrow about 7 o'clock we're going to go live. Just watch out for your on YouTube for your notifications when we go live. But we are doing the draw tomorrow. So the draw for the Paul Gascoigne shirt will be done tomorrow at some point. Leo Starman Recording says crap Spurs. I can't disagree. We have been crap. I mean, no win. We've on our last 5 games at home. We haven't won at home in the last 5. What's it? We won 5 out of the last 10 or something like that. Some stupid. Is it this one? Yeah. Tottenham are falling 1-0 behind in 15 Premier League home games in 2024, the most by any side in a single calendar year. Competition recurring. Nobody's ever done that before. And there's this one as well. Spurs just picked up 52 Premier League points over the calendar year. The lowest return since 2008 when Ronde Ramos was in charge and then he got the sack and then Harry Redknapp came in. Going to 20 on the back of a run of just 2 wins from 10 games following 2-2 draw. It's relegation form. And that's what it is. There's no point in sugarcoating it. It's no point in saying it sugarcoat. It is relegation form. We're only 10 points off Leicester. No, there's no chance of us going down. Of course there isn't. No hell's chance of us going down. I think Man United are in a lot worse situation than I am, and their defeat last night. I mean, I was hearing Man United fans on Talk Sport and absolutely tearing the club apart. And it got me thinking, and there was a question I wanted to ask you guys. Do you feel the Premier League clubs, like the big established clubs like Tottenham and Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, have they forgotten their roots? Have they forgotten where they came from? Have they forgotten who got them where they are now? And do they forget it's the fans who are the football club? It's not the owners, it's not the managers, it's not the players, it's us fans. And with VAR and with all these different things that are coming into the game, are the people that are running football also, are they forgetting what it is? And I think us fans are being left behind. We're being forgotten about. And with ticket prices as well, where it's hard to go to a game now. It's hard to go and watch your team play. There's more tourists now going, which I've got nothing against tourists going to games. I'm a tourist myself. I fly from Ireland to England, so you can class me as a tourist. What I don't like is these half and half scarves. They rarely get to me. If you're in the home section, I think, especially in the South Stand, you don't wear half and half scarves. So I don't know. I don't know. I got a few things to go through, guys. So hopefully I'll get a bit of input from you today and maybe get what you think and maybe throw a few questions to me about the season, the year coming up in 2025 for Spurs. Ask me what I want. So it's down to you guys. Today's your show. You guide it in which way you want to see it guided for the next half hour, 40 minutes. Happy New Year, Dermo. Happy New Year, Leo. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for becoming a member as well. It really means a hell of a lot. And your support and everything. So big up. Go all the way. Yeah, we're going to do the double. The treble's on. The quad's not on, but the treble's on. Big up to Derek Hutchison. Big up. So it says Levy January excuses. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to be are. We've sacked Ange after 3 days into the after Newcastle game. We can't spend any money because we've got no manager to spend it for. That could be the issue. 10 years ago, I said Spurs will never win anything under ENIC, and I'm right. Well, so far you're right. We don't know what's going to happen this season. I don't think we'll beat Liverpool in the semi-final, but you never know. Miracles do happen. Maybe Santa's got a very, very late Christmas present for us, but you never know. You never know. Big up to this. It says scrap VA. All we need is, yeah, that's it. I think that's all we need is goal line technology. You don't need it for anything else, because anything else is just a waste of time. It's pointless. Do you know, you can't change football. It's not rugby. It works in rugby. It works in NFL. It works in other sports, but it can't work in football. Football's a fast moving sport. It's a bit like Formula One. They don't have VAR there, but they do have stewards and they do have video. They do have a system there where if you make a mistake or you penal or you get in somebody's way or you do something indiscretion, you get penalty. You get 5-10 second penalties. But it's done over time. In football, can't be done. VAR doesn't work. And this new thing of bringing in VAR with the referee talking to the crowd, this is why I've come to my decision. It's more American type sport. I don't think it's going to work. I really don't. Big up to Leo. He agrees with you, Derek. Big up to Luke Chapman. Happy New Year to you, sir. Says Northampton Town versus Stevenage tomorrow. Leave 1 p.m. Sixfield Stadium. Arrive seats number 64, row B, East Stand. Well, you know where Luke Chapman's going to be tomorrow, guys. If you want to go and have a pint with him, he will be there. I hate VAR, so do I. Big up to Nick Frodley as well. Big up, Nick. I'm from 2025. Well, Happy New Year. You're already in the year ahead of us. Let us know what's happening. It's the world still turning. I'm ahead of you a couple of hours from 2025, and I'm telling you, Ange is already sacked. Wow. Well, if you let me get down to the bookies very quickly and put a few quid in that, that would be good. Happy New Year, Nick. We've got Gitsy 994. Honestly, Dermot, at this point, I just feel sick thinking about how us now, Levy, has ruined my experience as a Tottenham fan. I agree with you. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You go there and you try to support your team the best way you can, and you just don't get any enjoyment out of it anymore. And I said it's so expensive to go now. It is so expensive to go now. I mean, if I was to go from here from Ireland to Tottenham, it's €50 for the ticket. It's probably 100 and something euro over for a flight over and back. So that's roughly 200 and something euro. So you're looking at nearly €300. That's just getting there. Then plus you have a couple of pints over there, you buy a program, and then I might want to get something from the shop when I'm over there because I don't get over the top. I won't be over there like to the following season. So I want to pick up something from the shop and something like for nephews and that when I'm over there. And it ends up being nearly €400. And at this day and age, with inflation and with the way the economy is and the way electricity's going up and things, people cannot afford to go anymore, cannot afford to pay these prices. And football has to think about the fans, but they don't. They just think about the money in their pocket, and they think about how much money can we make. They think about, oh, let's make more money on Formula One and the go-kart track or the Skywalk, which I've got no problem with. I understand clubs have to make money. Clubs have to make extra money to pump back into the football club. But the problem with our owners is they don't pump it back into the football club. They pump it back into their own pockets. And Levy I saw a graph the other day, and I meant to save it, but I didn't, and I wish I did now. And it showed the rise in Daniel Levy's wages from White Hart Lane to the building of the new stadium to the new stadium. And when they were building the new stadium, his wages dropped down to under $1 million. But since the stadium's been built and since we've been in the new stadium, his yearly rise, his yearly wage or whatever he takes out every year has just risen and risen and risen and risen and risen. And I'm not saying it's all his fault. I think there are some things he's done right. I think there's some things he's done wrong. I think the recruitment office needs a hell of a look at, and I think Paratici should never have left. I know he got banned, but we need to use his experience. We need to use his knowledge, his contacts to get players in. And again, the summer window, as I said before, and we kept saying it in the summer, I don't know if I did say at the time. I think I said it was an okay window for going out. It was a brilliant window for going out. Great window for getting rid of the deadwood. Great window for getting rid of players like Sanchez and Dyer. I was a bit sorry Højbjerg left because I think Højbjerg, you would do a job for you now. I really do. If you had Højbjerg in the squad, he was one player that would stand up and be counted. And I think it was a shame that Ange got rid of him. And I understand that Højbjerg wanted first team football, but I just feel that Højbjerg would have done the job for us and could have helped us in this dire need. And you cannot set out the season and think, right, I'm going to lose half my team. But you should have a squad big enough to cope with this. You look at Man City, you look at Liverpool, you look at other clubs, they have big squads. They're big squads for a reason. And we just don't do that at Tottenham. We're just not that club. We're not even a club anymore. And it hurts me to say that. We're a Tottenham Hotspur entertainment business. And it hurts me to say it because that's what we are. And Tottenham Hotspur is this below me. Bill Nick, Keith Birkinshaw, winning trophies. And another thing that gets me as well is we don't celebrate our history. We don't celebrate what we've done well in the past. You build on what you've done in the past. You build. That's what football clubs are built on, the success and glories of the past. You build it going forward. But I'll get through everyone, then I will go back onto that because it's a very bugbear of me, very much that I think it's something we do very badly. Big up to Nick Leo. So happy New Year to you. We've got Leo saying you won't win much. You won't win much. Ange is odds on to go next. Look, it depends. Newcastle game could be pitiful in that if we lose against Newcastle and then get a thumping against Liverpool in the first leg, I think he might be gone before the second leg. I don't want him to go. I want Ange to succeed. I want Ange to do well. I'm rarely sticking my neck on the line for this guy because I know what he can do. And as being a massive Celtic fan as well, I saw what he did up Celtic. Celtic were in disarray when he came in. They really were in disarray. They were a club going nowhere. And he changed the culture. He changed what the club was about. They changed the identity. They went back to what Celtic were before. And he was successful. He is a successful manager. To win anything at management, you've got to be good at your job. But also, owners do back their managers with the players they want. And Ange is not being backed. For me, Ange is managing with one hand tied behind his back, and it isn't going to work. We had Mourinho and Conte, world-class managers that have won everything everywhere, that have gone to everywhere and won everywhere. Nuno, I mean, I called him the garden gnome as a joke, and I always do because he does a bit like a garden gnome, to be fair. But look what he's doing at Nottingham Forest with a lesser investment, with a lesser transfer budget than we have. And he's got Forest up to second or third in the league. Could qualify for the Champions League. Definitely will qualify for Europe. We are a laughing stock of what we used to be. And Derek is spot on. Levy has stolen Tottenham Hotspur's ID. What are we? Who are we? Where's our soul? Where's our to dare is to do? Where is the where we used to go by the motto? We don't go by the motto anymore. We go by what the balance sheets say. We go by, and maybe football in general has changed as well. Maybe it's not just a Tottenham thing. Maybe it's a football thing. Maybe it's a Premier League thing where other big clubs also, like the Glazers at Manchester United, you can slag them off all you want. Yeah, and rightly so as well. But they have been successful. Any manager they've brought in, they have backed and they've won. Ten Hag, absolutely got rid of him. But what did he do? He won them trophies, 2 FA Cups. Mourinho, got rid of him, but he won a European trophy, and I think in the League Cup as well. You look at David Moyes, I think is the only manager, and I think Ole are the only 2 managers after Fergie that haven't won anything at Man United. All the rest of them have come in, have won a trophy. Any manager we've come in, we haven't even won a trophy. We're still stuck on that one trophy from 2008. And you can slag Alan Sugar off all you want as well. But he saved our football club. He put his money where his mouth is. Now, he had no clue on the run of football. He ran Tottenham as a business, which isn't really the way to do it. And he was really pitiful and really behind the Premier League as well, starting. Because financially knew it would do him a lot of good because he was building satellite dishes for Sky at the time. So when the ITV and BBC were about to get the rights, he turned around, Sky said, just blow them out of the water, and Sky did. And Sky have held the rights ever since. And now you have to buy a dish to watch football. And again, us fans have to fork out. Fork out for games, fork out for this, fork out for that. We can't afford it. We can't afford to do this anymore. We can't afford to go to games. We can't afford to do what these owners of all these football clubs don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care because all they care about is their balance line and how much money they're going to make. Tottenham was bought for 21 million. Daniel Levy and Joe Lewis and Enoch are going to sell it for probably 4.5 billion. That is some turnover. That's some investment. Who's going to come in to pay? He wants 5 billion. It's ridiculous. We are being forgotten as fans. Generally, the genuine fans, and I've got no problem with people from coming on holiday or wanting to get the experience of a Premier League game or want to get the experience of watching their team play. And I get it. I get one game a year. It's my one trip. It's my birthday present. My missus gives it to me as a birthday gift to go to Spurs one game a year. I have no problem going over there because it's one game a year and I enjoy it and I get content for the channel as well, which is good as well. And I enjoy it because I meet up with people I talk to online, that I meet up with Brad, I meet up with other people as well that I know through the community. And there's a chance for me to meet up with them and have a beer with them and have the crack with them because I only see them once a year. I genuinely look, I think it's the fans that go every week, I think are the ones that need to be looked after. They're the ones, the old people, the concessions for them, they need to be brought back. The older fans need to be looked after. Without older fans, we wouldn't have the experience or the experience of them passing the history down to younger fans, because younger fans don't know about our history, and that's another thing as well. Our history, we don't care about our history. We just keep going and going with everything. It's just really annoying. It's really got to me. I'm really fed up. Neil Shafton, what you don't see is what makes in the evidence. Exactly. Any side deals he's involved in, don't let them fool you thinking Levy's taking reduction in salary. It's his way of making you think he's hurt. He's not. His salaries has risen so much since 2014, 15. His salaries has risen yearly. I wish I did that graph. I wish I had that graph because it shows year after year after year after year, his salary or what he takes out of Spurs rises and rose and rose and rose. You know, and he's not like if he was successful of Tottenham winning trophies and then challenging for stuff and really up there, I don't think I would have a problem with it. But because we're not winning and that's why I do have a problem. Tottenham Hotspur are accessory to the stadium, not anything more. Yeah, that's all they are. They're just a name over the door. One hand tied behind his back, says Neil. Bad hamstrings, his right leg, quad injury on his right. Yeah, I know. I just want Levy to sell up. Joe Lewis he was a very dodgy person. And Levy will only sell up when he gets the right price. Now, we're hoping with a man, that takeover thing's gone very quiet at the moment, guys. I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. Big up to Wayne Bonner. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're well. The glory of the transfer window starts tomorrow. Going to be squeaky bomb time. It's going to be a busy month for me, actually, as well. Busy doing late night streams of Tottenham are getting this player, or Tottenham's getting this player, or Tottenham might be getting that player. Might be. You never know. There'll be a few, Wayne. You know me. Midnight, 11 o'clock stream with breaking news. Tottenham buy somebody. Yeah. Probably Mr. Bean as goalkeeper. If it wasn't Levy, it would have been someone else. Levy and Enoch are just in it for the profit they can make. They're sorry, let me get my teeth in. If it wasn't Levy, it would have been someone else. Levy and Enoch are just in it for the profit they can make. They even sort out naming. No, they haven't even sorted naming rights. That's the biggest joke around at the moment. I mean, I read the other day DHL were looking to come in as naming rights. For fuck's sake, just call it White Hart Lane. That's what it's built on. That's what it is. It's White Hart Lane has been. It's a revolution, not a revolution. White Hart Lane has just been redeveloped into a bigger White Hart Lane, into a newer White Hart Lane. Just call it White Hart Lane. That's the name of it. That they should never have gone away with it. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Just call it fucking White Hart Lane. It's built on top of the old fucking stadium. Not fucking difficult. Not rocket science. It's all about, yeah. Just call it whoever buys the naming rights, please just White Hart Lane, the White Hart Lane Stadium. Do you know? Or I don't know. You got Old Trafford. They're going to sell their naming rights. It's White Hart Lane. That's always has been, always will be. Just keep the name as it is. Wayne says, Tell me about it, Dermot. I'm paying 55. Yeah, and you don't have to travel from Ireland. Do you know? I know it's expensive for you over there, guys. With tram fares and stuff like that. So yeah, I get it. Stop giving in money. I have. Yeah, well, that's you know, that's your prerogative, and I think fair play to you for doing it. But I get one game a year. I don't get to go to many games. I don't get to go and support my team live much as I used to. There's other fans that tell you stop giving money to in it, but they buy their season tickets and they go every game. So, you know, and if you don't, I applaud you. I think fair play to you. I think you're doing the right thing, and I applaud you for not giving in money, for not going to games, for standing by your principles, and I agree with you. But I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and say I'm not giving in my money, but I'm going to go to a game. I'm going to go to one game a year, and that's my treat to myself. But there's other people that buy season tickets that say stop giving in money, stop giving Levy money, but they buy their season tickets and they still go. So, do you know, if you're going to stand by your thing of not giving Enoch or the club money, then don't go. Like you, I'm sure you don't go. I'm sure you stick by your principles, and I'm sure you're loyal to what you're saying. And I have a lot of admiration for you, and I have a lot of respect for you for that. But I won't have respect for anyone that tells you to do something but does the absolute opposite. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm guilty. I pay for my seat. I pay for my ticket for my game a year. Go and watch my team play. Catch up with some friends that I meet online, and have a jolly good damn day out. Have a few drinks. Get back. I'm absolutely shattered because it's a 24-hour turnaround for me because I'll fly back the same day, and I enjoy it. And it's one day. Why one day out? I get to see my team play live, win, lose, or draw. But if you've got the principle, I'm not going to these guys. It's like Man United fans. I had respect for them because a lot of them gave up their season tickets they had for 20, 30 years and won't go to another game until the Glazers go. And people like you, I have respect for. I have admiration for. And I think you're the true fans. You're the true people behind this that don't want to see what's happening to our football club. The people that tell me don't do this and don't do that, but I'm going to do the opposite anyway, I've got no time for. because what's the point listening to them? Because they're only being a hypocrite, and they're only going to games when they tell you not to go to games. So anyone that says don't give in money, and I'm doing it, and this is how I'm doing it. This is how I'm standing by what I say. I will not go to a game. I will not buy anything to the shop. I sit at home. I've given up my season ticket. I will stand up and applaud you. I say, fucking fair play to you. At least you got guts. At least you got gumptions. At least you got a principle that you stand by. But anyone that tells me not to go, but still goes to games and still, I've got no time for. But I do know, Leo, I think you're fair play to you. I think fair play to you. If you stand by that and you don't do that, then I stand up and applaud you and say fair play to you. Big up, Brian. It's your day. Enjoy it when it happens. Yeah, exactly. And it is my day, and I enjoy my day, and it's my club. I was born in 43 years. But as I said, Brian, I won't have anyone telling me how to support my football club where you're telling me to do something, but you won't do it yourself. Unless Leo has the backbone and the gumption to do it and to stand by his principles and stand by what he says. And that's people I applaud. That's people I will get behind. That's people that I will stand by. And that's what I love about people like Leo and people in this chat, because we're such a good, tight community here on this channel. And we will stick by one another and we'll have each other's back. And people like Leo, I applaud you, man. I absolutely applaud you. Big up to Patriot. Bonjour. Bonjour. Brian says, who is Tottenham Hotspur? I don't know. Is this? No, it's not. Keith Berkshire was right 40 years ago. He said there used to be a football club over there. By God, was he a visionary. Daniel Levy is the Woodrow Wilson of our club. Yeah, I probably would agree with that. I miss White Hart Lane so much. Had a season ticket there for 15 years. Wow. I mean, I miss White Hart Lane too, Leo, as well. I used to love going. I would start going there when I was a little kid. Used to always sit in the lower east stand. That was my place. I never sat in the shelf, sadly. I sat in the Paxton Road then once, but I was always east stand lower. Always east stand lower. Loved it. That was my spot. The only problem with White Hart Lane, they had the poles, didn't they? The pillars. And if you got the wrong seat, you missed half the pitch because them damn pillars were in your way. That always got on my nerves. Rarely did. Always got on my nerves, them damn pillars. Call it the Bill Nichols. Yeah, exactly. I think whoever comes in, I think if any owner comes in and buys Tottenham Hotspur, I think they get the fan side. I think to call it the Bill Nicholson Arena, I think would be an absolute great move. Personally. I think that I've said like before, call it the Bill Nicholson Stadium, but we've got to celebrate our history, and we don't. We just do not. We don't, Derek. The takeover is just Spurs PR putting it out for someone to take your mind off the struggling Spurs a team are facing. Plan to take over story that focus off the current. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so. We don't have an identity anymore. We don't have a soul. We don't have whatever anymore. And it's sad to see because you get numb to it. You do get numb to it. You get very numb to it. And Daniel Levy is so responsible for everything that partly what's wrong with the club at the moment. And he may come out and says he cares. And maybe he does care. Maybe he does care in his own way. But I think he cares. I think it comes across. He robs the fans up the wrong way because of some of the daft decisions he makes. Some of the stupid decisions, like taking the concessions off the older fans. That's not going to endear you to the fans. I think our supporters trust can do a lot more. I don't think they do enough. They'll probably do a lot of work behind the scenes. I know their chairman has stepped down for some reason. I don't know why. But we're just such a mess at the moment. We really are. I remember when we went through a bad patch, Spurs would give a player a new contract. Good news, though. Yeah, it's all about taking away from the negativity. It's the same with sacking managers under Levy and Enoch. Anytime we're going through a bad patch, oh, hang on, they're starting to go on us. Well, let's sack the manager. It takes the pressure off us for a little while. And then all we're talking about is sacking the manager. Who's going to be our new manager? Who's coming in? and it takes the pressure off the board. Where I think now we've got to stay strong together on the board. All managers can't be wrong. He's got the if he doesn't back Ange Postecoglou this window with the players we need, then I think come the 1st of February, either Ange's going to be sacked, and again it'd be the same rinse and repeat of what we had before, and it's getting tiresome. We want something new. We need something new. We need something brand new, and that's new owners. That is new owners. Don't buy the kit. I miss going to Spurs. It was my right. Well, look, as I said, I respect you for that, and I admire you for that. And you, at least you give up your season ticket to stand by what you believe in. And I have nothing but admiration for you. At least you got gumption. At least you got guts. At least you got a backbone to stick by your principles and stick by what you believe in. Some of these other people that preach to you that you shouldn't go to games, don't buy anything at the club. Well, you buy your season tickets and you still go, so you're still paying down your Levy money. So what's the point? He says one game is fine, mate. Yeah, I know it's one game, but I admire you what you say. If I get a free ticket, I will go. I only have a couple of times, but apart from that, I'm not paying the price, and I don't blame you. I mean, it's very rare we get free tickets anyway, and I think if someone gives you a ticket, I think why not take the opportunity and going? But at least you got the principles. I'm not buying anything in the shop. I'm not going to buy anything in the ground. I'm going to go there, enjoy my day with my mate who's giving me a chance to go and watch my team play, and I'm not going to buy anything. At least you've got absolute gumption and a backbone to stick by that, and I've got no problems with that. Neil says, if you had a season ticket, don't go to games. It means nothing since you have already... Yep, exactly. You already have the money for your ticket. The concessions are just a bonus. They already have TV money and sponsor seats. Yeah, they have. Leo says they rip off fans big time to do. All clubs do, not just Tottenham. Every club in the Premier League rips their fans off. It's all about football is not a working man's game anymore. Football is a rich man's game. All teams do. I remember my season ticket was 140 when I was, Jesus, that was cheap. I think I remember going, yeah, it was 140. I had a season ticket for a few years and it was around 100 and something. Can't really remember. But I remember going to games where it was 10 or 15 quid in. A program used to cost £1.50 or €2. And you used to walk round. I remember they used to have little stands and walk round and you pay cash for it. You have to pay for card for everything now. Tottenham do not accept cash. It's all on the card. Which I think is it shows the way society's gone as well. The only way to get their attention is when those season tickets are no longer bought. But that won't happen because regardless, there was a queue for seats and I hope things would turn around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where we got, see, I can't see Brian. Okay. I can't see him either. I was on the shelf right in the middle. I bet you had a good time there, man. I bet you had a good time there. Front row, nice leg room. Yeah, it was. I never got to get in the shelf. I always wanted to go in the shelf, never did get a chance. And I think I regret it. I had an opportunity a couple of times. I didn't take it because I always liked my east lower. I like where I sat because I had a good view in the east stand lower. Apart from the time where I had to change seats with a mate of mine. And he sat in front of a pillar, and which was fucking ridiculous because you end up doing this with your neck, trying to get around the pillar. One thing about the East Stand, they put the pillars in the wrong damn place on White Hart Lane. Big up to Chang Wag Spurs. Big up. It's a sad state, that club. Yeah, it is a sad state, man. It's a very, very sad state. Nothing more we can say. The cockerel is sick. We need to feed the cockerel. The cockerel is sick. We need to feed it. We need to get our cockerel better again. I said cockerel. Nothing rude. At least Wayne Bonner, I don't know if Wayne Bonner's still in the chat. He'd be coming with something rude back, and then he'd be saying it's one of those streams again. He says Enoch out, yeah. Chill music, big up. So what's happening with Takeover? Not a lot at the moment. I haven't heard anything. I think there's a lot of work going on in the background until I can speak to my source properly. He's very busy at the moment with trying to get news for the transfers, and it's not just Tottenham he's working on the rest of the Premier League as well. So we're waiting for news. There's a lot, like I can tell you, there's a lot of NDAs around. I know I had to sign one with this as well. So I know a lot more than what I can say. And that's the sad thing. I've got so much to tell you about it, but I can't. Because if I tell you, I will then get into trouble. My source will get into trouble. And I can't risk that. So all I can say is watch this space. Something is going to happen. And all I can say is you may get your wish. That's all I'm going to say. So I let you read into that what you will, but you may get your wish. Neil Shafton said he cares so much his staff to make sure the supporters don't bring in balloons saying Levy out. Any signal board in with the protests are also putting staff in those protests. Yeah, I think if somebody wants to bring in a balloon saying Levy out, they shouldn't have a problem with it. It's the right fans to protest. It's the right fans to. The fans have a right to protest. The fans have a right to voice their opinion. It's our club at the end of the day. It's not Levy's club. They're only a custodian of the club. They don't own it, or they do own it legally, but they don't own the soul of the club. We do. We own the soul of the club. We are the soul of the club. And I feel that with the way things are going, the soul of the club is not what it used to be. It wasn't like under Bill Nick's time or Keith Burkitts's time or Terry Venables' time or even the 90s, even when we were going out of extinction, even when we were close to going out of business, when we owed the Midland Bank £8 million. Think £8 million back in the late 80s, early 90s was enough to bankrupt a football club. And I always say that. I always say, be careful what you wish for, I think, in some terms as well, because Ivan Scholar took over the club from the Richards family, took us onto the stock exchange, and then very merrily went around just breaking the club's foundations, breaking the club and bringing the club close to extinction and bringing the club close to exploded on itself. And if it wasn't for Alan Sugar and Terry Venables for saving our football club, we wouldn't have a club to support. So as bad as Alan Sugar was, and as bad as he was running the club, and as bad he was selling to Enoch and Levy, I think we have an awful lot grateful for Alan Sugar in the short term, because he was the one that put his money in the mouths and saved our club. And Terry Venables as well. Forget all the shenanigans. Forget all the rumors that are out there. Forget everything you hear. He saved our football club as well. His heart was in the right place, Terry Venables. It really was in the right place. He loved the club. And it's sad to think he's our last manager to win us an FA Cup. I'm lucky enough to be alive for 3 FA Cup wins. I don't remember 81. Remember it just barely. 82, I sort of have better memories of. The 84 final, I do remember because I was 7. So I do remember the 84 final. 91, I remember because I was at the semi-final as well. And the thing back then, that we haven't won it. We were the most team to win an FA Cup back then when we won it, and we haven't won one since. It's a travesty. It really is. Big up to Daniel. Big up to DJ Samuel. DJ, thank you so much for your support this year off the stream as well, man. You've been very supportive personally. We've had a few chats on X, and I hope you're doing all right, sir. But big up to DJ and get your membership. Get in that draw. You have until the end of tonight to get in that draw, DJ. Do it. I'll never know. You could win that Paul Gascoigne shirt. Bigger. I remember when it was 150 for a program, and there were good programs as well, by the way. I used to love the old programs. I couldn't even take my bag into the ground, man. I know. I mean, I have to walk with a stick because of my back, and also this is not trying to put anyone off the dinner, but I do have a bladder problem as well. Because my back's pressing onto my lower spine, which is making me a little bit incontinent sometimes. So I have to bring a change of clothes with me in case I have an accident, and it's just normal for me. Bring it anywhere I go, just in case. Bought it to Spurs last year, and they wouldn't let me take the bag in. I had to protest to bring the bag in. I have to say, look, if I don't bring this bag in, and I'm not going to sit there for an hour and a half with me not cleaned, And I had to force them, and he had to go and ask a manager, and the manager at least had the common sense to say, yeah, okay, he can bring his bag in because he needs it for medical reasons. And it's ridiculous. It really is. I can't even bring more. I go to the game without my walking stick, so I know full well they won't allow me to take that into the stadium. And I struggle walking around. Like, some days are good, some days are bad. I'm on heavy medication for it. I'm on a lot of morphine, Palexia, which is a morphine, is opioid, which is a morphine type painkiller for my back. And I have to be careful, and it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. It's you have to fight for anything. That's everywhere, and it's because of COVID, Dermot. They didn't invent the card only card. I know. It's just annoying sometimes when you want to pay with cash, and they don't allow. It's just annoying. Big up to Mr. EE. Big up, Mr. EE. Happy New Year to you, sir. He says, evening, Dermot. Evening, Mr. EE. Happy New Year. Levy has shot himself in the foot more. Yeah, he's shot himself more times. He's got so many holes in his foot. Surprised he's got a foot left. Mr. E says, if Levy's doing this, then he's the football version of a dictator. Yeah, exactly. Can Joe Lewis's family overrule Levy in terms of the sale of the club? Well, they do own the majority of the club. Levy, I do have it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I do have it, but I can't remember where I kept it. Let's see. No, I don't. Let me look online. Handy if I actually spelled it right, wouldn't it? And let's see, can I? Who owns what? That's Spurs, right? Okay. So, right. Yeah, that's not what I want to know. Right. So, right. Let's see. Right. Joe Lewis. Right. Now, ENIC initially acquired 29% of the club back in 1991 following the purchase from former owner Joe Lewis, Alan Sugar, for an estimated $27 million. Following this assessment period by ENIC, they continued to buy up shares in the club over the following decade, buying Sugar's remaining 12% in 2007 with $22 million. At the start of 2021, ENIC held 85% of the overall shares capital of the club, with the remainder held by thousands of minor investors as part of a drive to retain fan influence within the club structure. Yeah, right. Sure they have. Joe Lewis, blah, blah, blah. Daniel Levy, he owns 29.4% share in ENIC. However, Lewis retains the remaining 70.6% as the primary club owner. Lewis plays an active role in the club wider investment, but Levy's the key figure in the day-to-day running of the club. So yes, they could. They do have the majority on that, but I don't think they will because they're so close together, so linked one another. I was at the 1991 final. You lucky bastard. But he had a great day. Paul Stewart with that equaliser, and then Des Walker with the header. What people should do it and all get shirts with Levy out or give us back our club. Enix Spurs are ours under their regular clothes and then take their shirts off, just wear to protect. Yeah, I agree with that. I went to the semi in 81, good times. Oh, I mean, 91. Yeah, I was probably at the same game. You and me were probably, I was a teenager. So, you know. I was at Tottenham versus Southampton match where we won 2-1 one week before the 91 destruction of Arsenal. Gaza bullet free kick. Yeah, that free kick. God, the days, them days. I have the program of the 91 final signed by Lineker on front, given to me by an under 14s teammate who actually seen in the blue t-shirt clapping Paul Stewart after he scored the ball boy. Wow. I have to look at that again now. I know the shares are in the family trust fund for Lewis's daughter. Yeah. I don't know if she wants to continue with Tottenham till he dies. I don't know. I'm still trying to find out. I mean, don't worry, guys. We will. Any news breaks on that, we will give it to you straight. Of course, we will. Lewis's daughter has power of attorney now, so she has the final word regarding any sale or perhaps executive appointment or removal. You still have a board who can vote, but the final say is Lewis. Yeah, I would say so. And Terry White says, "Big up, Dermot. Big up, Terry. Happy New Year to you, sir." And DJ said, "Wish Sugar was still in charge." Do you know what? Everyone was complaining about Alan Sugar at the time, but was he the worst? At least he put his money where his mouth is, to be fair. To be fair, he did put his money where his mouth is. Right, guys, last bit of things. Look, I want to ask you a lot of questions, right? And I want to understand stuff for you guys, right? And also put in the comments as well your best 2024 game of 2024. A couple of lads in our little private group chat have put theirs in, and I did do them yesterday, so I just got a where are they? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Just got to save it on to so put in there your favorite game of 2024 and let me know which one it was. I'm just downloading the 3 here from the guys, from Carl, from Kate, and also from Tequila as well. Big up to Brenny. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you, sir. I hope you're doing have a fantastic evening, sir. Whatever you do. Yeah, he's the board boy you see clapping balls. Sure, after he hopped over to avatars and boards was Adrian Jackson, nickname Ijack. He was under 14's teammate of mine and met him at college, again at college. Wow. We went to different schools. I get you. Right. This is the lads' favorite 2024 results of this calendar year. Let's hope this is the right one. Is it? Let's see. As it was loading. And also, I've got a question for you guys to end up with, and maybe you can give me your thoughts before we end up. It's been a great show. Thank you so much indeed. Removed from studio. Why hasn't that gone? Because I didn't do it as I wanted to do it. Because Dermo is an idiot. There we go. Now, that will come up. I didn't save it as a PDF. I sent it as a normal JPT. So do put in your favorite game, guys, if you can, of 2024. Even you, Brenny, put in your favorite Arsenal game of 2024, your favorite Premier League game as well, sir. Have a think on that and let me know. Right. Well, mine was actually winning Old Trafford 3-0 because we never really win there. We never do win there. We've got Chill Music saying 4-0 Man City. Mr. EE saying he's an Arsenal fan, which is why he didn't mind giving up the match day program. That's fair enough. Very kind of him. And DJ was same as me, Tottenham versus Manchester United. This is Carl Simpson's, the Carl the Goat, who will be appearing in some shows next year on the channel before the end of the season. We'll try and get him more involved in the channel. He's went Carl's best Spurs moment 2024, of course, was the 4-0 demolition of Man City on the 23rd of November 2024. That day went up to Manchester City and totally dominated them and battered them to this way. And we haven't won since. So it says a lot, really. Kate, who's from the perfect match with Kate and Jimbo, everyone go over there and give her a sub. She's gone for the 4-0 Everton win at the start of the season. One of the best games I think Tottenham played this season against an Everton side. And Tequila, the Tottenham Stig. Some say he's at the moment counting his money, ready to spend it on new players. Others say he could be counting his money, ready to pay out Ange out of his contract. All we know, he's called the Tottenham Stig. He's gone for Manchester City 3-0 win. 3-0 win at Old Trafford because we never really win there. So that is what we are going for. Last question for you guys before we end up. Can Tottenham realistically aim for top 6 finish given their current points tally and form? And I think they can. And this is my reason why I'm always the optimistic, right? I think once we get our players back, and hopefully we do have a good January window and get a few players in. Let us not forget that a couple of years ago under Conte, we were struggling. We get 2 players in the January transfer window, Bentancur and Kulu. We ended up getting top 4 that season. And we got top 4 out of nowhere. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get top 4 this season. I think top 4's gone. I think the only way we get in the Champions League is by winning the Europa League, which I think we've got a chance of winning. I think also we've got a chance of winning in the FA Cup. We've also got a chance of winning the League Cup, believe it or not. But do we have a realistic chance of getting into any form of European football next season? And I think we can. I think we can aim for the Europa League. I think the Conference League is probably the best we can hope for, unless we win Europe and that gets us into the Champions League. I think if we win the FA Cup, that gets into Europe as well. So that's another route into Europe. But we need to buy well in the transfer window. We need 2 or 3 players. And them 2 or 3 players what Ange is looking for is very, very important that we get the right players for the right positions for the right time we need them. Because if we don't get this transfer window right, then I think Ange is done. And I want Ange to be given ample opportunity to put this right. He says he takes responsibility for the situation we're in. He says it's his responsibility to get us out of the situation we're in. Well, give him the players, give him the tools to do the job to get us out of this situation we're in. You've got to give him a chance. You can't keep sacking managers. It's pointless. It's ridiculous. You sack a manager to what? Get another manager in, another project, and players that he doesn't want at the football club. You sell them to buy another load of players. It's no point. You're spending good money after bad. It's ridiculous. And look, Ange could be already gone. As Tune Music says, I think Ange is already done. And maybe he is already done. Maybe we are looking at a new manager. Maybe we are looking at the future without Ange Postecoglou. Does the Newcastle game become so vital to his reign as Spurs manager? Does the Liverpool game, does them 3 games after in the new year, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Tamworth, do they become so vital that if we don't get a good result against Newcastle, lose quite heavily against Liverpool, does he not even be in charge for the Tamworth game? Or does it all change around that we can beat a Newcastle side, get a result against Liverpool, and then beat Tamworth? Then it all changes again. Newcastle ripped Manchester United apart last night. They're not easy to play against. They're coming into good form. And that game worries me. I think we'll get a result. I think we might get a draw out of that. I'd be happy with a draw at that game because Newcastle are just playing so well. They ripped that Man United team apart in the first half last night. They were absolutely dominant. Then the second half, they just controlled the game. And that's what you do. But I don't think we're as bad as Man United are. I think we're a lot better, we're a lot healthier place. I think we just, with all these injuries and all these suspensions as well we're facing, I just think that we need to have a good window And also, I want them to start early. I want them to start, say, from the 1st or 2nd of January. Here's the players. Bang, bang, bang. It's not going to happen. We all know by the end of the year, by the end of the month, that we're going to be sitting on deadline day, Tottenham still scrambling around trying to get a player in. We never do anything right. We never do anything proactive. And it will only be a loan to buy. We're not going to spend any money. It'd be a loan to buy. That'd be it. Or a loan with an obligation to buy. So we have to wait and see what happens. But let me know, guys, in the comments. Can Tottenham realistically aim for top 6 finish given our current points tally on form? Yes or no? I'm going for yes, we can finish in 7th or 6th. I think we can. I think our form will pick up once our players come back. But let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Lastly, before I go, I want to thank you guys as well. I want to thank every single one of you who have come in, who have liked, who have subscribed, who have come in and commented, sent in super chats, picked up memberships. This channel or this channel will not work without you guys. And you're the guys that keep me going that keep me going. What I love doing is talking Spurs. And it's down to you guys. And I want to thank Colin for his help. Also, I want to thank Colin for his help on the IT side of it, for his help on the show side of it as well. He's been such a big help for me behind the scenes as well as on doing shows with me and behind the scenes. Tequila as well for his help. I know he hasn't been well recently, guys, so please put in your good wishes to Tequila, and we hope him a speedy recovery. Carl as well for behind the scene work he does, for the help he does. Philip, I know Philip retired did retire, took a step back from the channel early in the season. I want to thank him because he was the one that helped me rebrand this channel and come back under this, guys, and we've come back under. And I want to thank him as well. And Ellie as well is no longer with us. I want to thank her as well because her and Ellie and myself Philip and Ellie and myself were the ones who rebranded this channel into what it is now. So they deserve a massive thank you. I want to thank our partners on YouTube, the Full Time Sports Network, Bobby as well, for their support as well this year. They've been absolutely fantastic. And you guys are the lifeblood of this channel. You guys are the one that make this channel tick. You're the ones that keeps us going. You're the ones that keep coming in to watch us after game after game after game. Your loyalty, your support, your friendship, your putting jokes in the chat. When we're down, you're there to pick us up. When we're all down together, we pick each other up. We've got such a great community in this channel, and also people on X as well who watch us, and the mad numbers we get for watch alongs and team talks and post-match and pre-match and whatever. So to every one of you on X, on YouTube, on TikTok as well, on Facebook as well, when I upload stuff onto there on our Facebook channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I wish each and every one of you a happy new year. Hope you have a fantastic evening as well, guys, and enjoy yourself tonight. Few drinks, enjoy it, forget about Spurs. And also, lastly, before we leave, I want to thank our channel sponsor as well. Got to give them a plug. Big up to the Private Internet Access, who is our channel sponsor. As you can see, without a VPN, everything gets shown from your computer, but hackers, government, and corporate people buy your information. But when you use the VPN, it doesn't. It stays between yourself and the internet. It is probably the best internet VPN around. You can use it on your phone. You could be at home and you say, do you know what? I'm fancy being next to Jack's next door neighbor in America, in Seattle. I could be his next door neighbor, and then you can change it straight onto your laptop as well. And you can do your banking on it. Everything is secure. You can use it on all mobile devices, on Macs, YouTube, Prime Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple TV, and Netflix. You can use it in all devices as well, from your Xbox to your PlayStation to your internet TV. Only one person has to have it, and the whole household can use it. And it's on unlimited devices as well. It's everywhere from America to Colombia to Argentina, South Africa. Your IP address is hidden, so you don't have to worry about people get hold of it. And also, your digital footprint is deleted and kept. It's got 30 million subscribers already, guys. It's one of the best out there. 4.5 stars, Trustpilot rated, excellent. That is private internet access, our channel sponsor. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring our channel and continuing support the show. So, guys, so if you don't want to miss a Tottenham game on a 3 p.m. blackout, you pick up that VPN. You do it's €45 for 2 years plus 4 months free. It's a great deal. It helps them, but also helps us as well, guys. So do that if you can. And that's it. That is the last show of 2024. We've now come to an end, a year ending. Another Spurs year ending, calendar year ending. But guys, we start again tomorrow, the 1st of January, back at 7 o'clock with the New Year's Day show, the first day of the winter transfer window, where we're going to go through all the rumours that are around Tottenham Hotspur, who might be coming, who might not be coming. We're going to rate it, we're going to talk about it. And Spurs, of course, are back on Saturday at 12:30. All your normal. We've got Tottenham Team Talks at 12 o'clock. We start with the watch long at 12:15 for kick-up at 12:30 as well, guys. Post-match on pre-match on Friday. Post-match probably afterwards, actually. We'll do a post-match show after the game because it is an early game. Not on Thursday because I have a hospital appointment on Thursday. I got a phone call this morning, so I'm going in for a few tests and a hospital appointment on Thursday, so I won't be around. But I tell you, I will do a pre-record. So there's something up for you guys. Pick up your membership because all the predicted lineups and my game thoughts will be going straight to members only. So that is your gig. That's what you're going to get from everything for the 1st of January 2025. Thank you so much. Big up to Tequila as well. I did thank everyone, Tequilas. If you go back, I did thank you for the help and support you have shown during the year. Well, that's it. Another year ended. Another Spurs year ended. We've ended it on a low, but damn well we're going to end it on a high. So come on, you Spurs. And big Andrew Trust. Over to you, Mr. Levy. It's time to put Ange, back Tottenham. And as I always say, we are Tottenham Hotspur. We will rise. We will win. We are Spurs. Come on.